See how evil we have become. This is how Christianity, or most of the consumer-minded Christians have become. In the book of Acts, the early church practiced this. They were laying the foundation in the church on the foundation of the apostles and the prophets, Jesus Christ being the chief cornerstone. But over the last 2,000 years, instead of that foundation, today we are building a foundation of a theology called the me theology. The self-theology. What do I get theology? Christianity has become a consumer-based Christianity. What do I get? What do I get? I go to this conference and I sow offerings. I go to this ministry, I sow my offerings. What do I get? A consumer mentality. So, when you buy a product from anywhere, they always say either 30-day money-back guarantee or a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like the product, please return it so that you'll get a full refund. I'm sure you are very well familiar with. Because this kind of business model began in the US, and now many nations of the world have copied that good model. Because the people are getting good value, So, similarly, this mindset has now crept into Christianity. Recently, just about a week ago, one lady who attended our School of Prophets that we conducted last year in this wonderful church, she wrote me a letter. For the last 6 months, I have been writing to you my reports about how I'm progressing in the spiritual life. But you have never ever replied me back. Therefore, I want my money back. I'm not exaggerating, no? My secretary is sitting here in the meeting, and she showed me the letter. She said, I want the full money back. So when I look at the amount, it was way beyond the registration fee. So I was wondering, where did she got this calculation from? That included the hotel stay. That included everything else put together. I should refund her back. So initially I told my secretary, okay, let's make peace. Let's not fight. Let's just send her the check. Then after that, while I was driving from my office back to home, I pondered over this incident. I said, wait a minute. There's something else is missing there. I called my secretary. I said, don't send the check. I will reply to her myself. So I wrote, I'm sorry that you feel this way. But, on the last day, I laid my hands and blessed you and anointed you. Return that back to me. If you want money back, you should return back the thing that you received, right? Am I right? It's fair, isn't it? Am I right, everybody? See, you buy a product from someone, you don't like the product, you will return the product first, right? Then you get your money back. So, 8 hours of teaching each day for 7 days. That's 56 hours of me pouring out my energy, return it back. And then return back all the fastings and prayers I have done for 7 days. I didn't eat, So I should be compensated, isn't it? And then I spent the whole night in prayer before I came for the anointing service. I need that 8 hours of sleep back. I think we should do all this, Am I right, everybody? This is becoming a fashionable thing today. consumerism Christianity. What do I get? What do I get? Then another lady. 2 years ago, we conducted all this happened in my meetings. 2 years ago, we did a women's conference again here in this wonderful church. So 3 days of conference, and on the last day, I laid my hands on all the women to be anointed with a special last days anointing for the woman, So, and that particular day, the glory of God came down in such a powerful manner that even before I could lay my hands on them, they all started falling down one by one. How many of you were there? Okay, you all saw that. Okay, they all started falling down one by one by one. And about 6 to 8 months after the conference, one of the lady who came to the meeting sent a letter to Pastor Joseph Sweet demanding money for her medical treatment, because she said that when she was standing in the queue, in the line, someone fell on her and she fell down and hurt her back. So, I need money. This happened in your church. Since it happened in your church, Church Shekinah is responsible for my medical bills. So Pastor Sweet, not only his name is Joseph Sweet, he's a sweet person. In fact, too sweet. Too sweet. Not only him, his whole family. Too sweet. His wife is too sweet. Their children are too sweet. Even the grandchildren. The next generation. Absolutely sweet. It's amazing they don't have diabetes. So that sweetness is not natural sweetness, it's divine sweetness. So, Pastor Sweet being so gracious and gentle and a sweet man as he always is, very graciously sent a check to that woman to defray her medical bills. That woman was very smart. So when she thought that she can get one check, she thought, since this golden geese is laying the check, why not I go and get more eggs from this golden geese? So she then sued him and sued me for the injury that she had received. Okay, now that's not too bad, You know what was worse? Her husband too sued us. Her husband sued us saying, oh, now you need to pay me compensation because I have to take care of my wife now. I'm deprived of my sexual pleasure. This is all in the lawsuit, I was shocked when I read all that. I have to take care of this wife. I can enjoy a good family life. I can enjoy this. I can enjoy that. All this is because of your meeting. You know what is the real truth? She already had a back problem. That was the real truth. She already had a back problem, and this was just an excuse. If she had just simply asked, can you all please help me with some medical bills, we would have been more than glad. I know he always does that. More than glad. But don't have to use this kind of underarm tactics. See how evil we have become. This is how Christianity, or most of the consumer-minded Christians have become. So don't have that kind of a mindset. Just go from one conference to another conference to another conference. Here. What have you learned? What have you learned? That's the question. What have you learned? Do you know why schools have exams? To really test the kids or the students what they've really heard during one semester. That's the real purpose of an exam. What have you really learned not just heard. Maybe we should have that in church service every Sunday, you know. At the end of every service, the pastor should hand out a test paper. You think it's a good idea? Hand out a test paper. What have you learned from today's sermon? No Bible should be opened. Don't you think, Jack, it's a good thing? So that we can really guess. You know, on every Monday when I go to my office, I'll call my staff and ask them, how was their Sunday church service? They will say, very good. What did your pastor preach? I always ask them this question. What did your pastor preach? Oh. Don't laugh. You are also guilty of that. Am I right? See, we only hear. We just hear. We take notes. It should not just be in your notebook. It should be in your heart. Write it in your heart.